here at Tommy Bahama in Maui, and we actually just got done with our team lunch, and we can't help but think about all of you guys and how we want you here with us. We have 3 new jewels here with us this year, and this could be you. So we are going to share with you our biggest tips and some of our stories on how we got to be here today and how we became jewels and how you can do the same. So for me, one of the biggest things was getting rid of excuses. I would tell myself things like, I have too many kids, I don't have time, and that's your mindset. When you change your mindset and you start thinking about all the reasons why you can do something, you let go of all of your excuses, and suddenly all you can see is what you want and how you're going to go for it instead of all the reasons why you couldn't do something before. So kind of like working out, if you just do it. So I tell myself in the morning, just do it. Just get out of bed, just do the plexus, and don't worry about how you have too many other things going on. It's really a matter of how bad do you want this. So if you want this, you're going to need to work for it. And the first thing that you need to do is get rid of your excuses. Start telling yourself that you can do something, not that you can't. Start telling yourself positive affirmations. That's another big one. When you're letting go of excuses, you need something else to put in your mind. I can do this. I will be a jewel. I will be in Maui. I'm going to do this. And it's a daily thing. I don't think any one of us would say we woke up and decided we're going to be a jewel and boom, it happened. Like, it's a daily renewing your mind and feeding it with positive things, being connected, being on the team calls, doing the challenges, watching our videos, doing the book club. There's so many things that go along with that. So I just want to encourage all of you to let go of your excuses and not worry about the things that don't matter today, the things that won't matter tomorrow, So the small things. I know Tiffany, she's talking about giving up watching TV.
I had a lot of excuses.
Stuff like that. So not making your kids an excuse, making them your reason. Like, I'm changing diapers, I'm raising my kids alone, but I have a reason that I am working my business, so I never have to do that again. Or moms that work, they're not going to say, oh, I work too many hours. We'll hear from Chris, but she wasn't saying I work too many hours. She's saying, I want to not work so many hours, so I'm going to do this plexus thing. So that's what I would say. Stop making excuses and do your IPA, do the posting. There's so many times at night I'm in bed, I'm like, oh, I got to do my last post. I don't say I don't have time. I do it. I just do it every day. So, and this is Tiffany Wilson. It's her second year here.
Yes,
this is my second year here too.
Yes, and second year, it's absolutely surreal. It's so beautiful. Thrilled to be bringing more Joels with us this year, and can't wait to be back next year and all the years after, and we want you guys with us too. So I guess one of the biggest things for me is growing your business through adversity, y'all. When I grew my business, I know a lot like Jamie, we grew our businesses through a pregnancy. Had just recently found out, and I went all the way to Sapphire in that first year as being pregnant. I was hurling over the toilet. But I didn't have excuses. I knew that I wanted this for my family. I wanted to be able to, have my husband home more. I'm a military wife, mama of 3. And then, going on into the second year that I was with Plexus, earlier this year, our 8-month-old son was diagnosed with cancer. And again, that was kind of like you either get stuck and blindsided by that, or you push through and you keep moving because you have a bigger reason to move forward. And that's enough reason for a lot of people to say, I can't do this and I'm done. But that was my reason to say, people need our products and they need to be healthier. Another thing was my sister had passed away too, also in my first year, from breast cancer. And that, y'all, was what I used originally to fuel my business with Plexus. Lori Welch said take a little bit of a break, and I went forward, full speed ahead, and I wasn't stopping. There's so much we can do and help people with these products and changing lives. And even just a couple weeks ago, I hit another adversity in my business, and we were homeless, living in a hotel, 3 kids, 3 dogs, And it was a little chaotic.
Because of the military.
Because of the military, yes. And so, but guess what? I pushed through. I made my business a priority because of what it meant for our family and for so many others, and what it can mean for us. So there were so many times that I could have had those excuses, but I let the reasons why I needed this business and why my family did and why all the people that I love and new friends coming into my life, why they need this too. And so anytime you're faced with adversity, push forward through that and don't focus on what you've got in front of you that's causing you to be stuck, but focus on what's ahead in your future for you and dream with your family. Bring your children in and bring your husband, your spouse, and dream big with them. And continue. Don't let excuses get you stuck.
Yes.
Makes me emotional.
Well, we're going to hear from some more Jules, so we're going to... Hey everybody, Sally Boss, Emerald, and this is Chris, Emerald, and this is our first year here, and we are having an amazing time. It is incredible to do this with your bestest friends and your sister and this Plexus family. It's just been amazing. I can't even tell you. We have pretty much cried every day because we can't just believe it's real. It's so surreal, and we just feel so grateful and blessed to be here. I was a senior Ruby last year at this time, watching my sister and Jamie and Tiff and Vale here, and Brittany, here, and so yeah, it was like I want to be there, right? So having those feelings at that time, it's like, what can I do? What can I do to be there next year, to be in Hawaii? I want that to be me. And so you draw your line in the sand and you go for it. And when Chris and I and Sue got here yesterday, we went down to register and we were talking to another Sapphire ambassador, and she's just really been inspiring for us, and she's probably going to hit Diamond this month. But we were just talking about some team things and strategies and stuff, and she said it's all about action and attitude. And that just struck a chord with me because that is really what it is. You need to take action to be here. It's not just going to happen. You have to do your IPA. You have to follow up. You have to meet new people and put yourself in those positions to meet new people. You have to take action. You have to work your business and own your business and just do it. And then your attitude is such a big part of this. How you view things, how you wake up and decide to start your day. If you're going to be positive, if you're going to be negative, you have to have a good attitude. And so those two things really fueled me. And, I had fears. We all have fears. I had a huge fear of what people thought of me. But I'm telling you what, being here in Hawaii now, it doesn't matter what people think anymore. I am here, and I worked hard to get here. And, it was my action and my attitude. I choose to be, it's a choice. Yeah, I chose to be positive and, work my business in a way and be active and action always with my business. And it just really fueled it and how I decided to veer my business. And so that's just, I think those two words are really something you have to keep in mind if you want to be in Hawaii next year with us, which we know you all can do it. You guys can all do this. If we can do this, you can do this. And, you can be here with us, but you have to have the right, mindset and take action to succeed. So,
yep. Good stuff. Hey guys, Chris Rosencrantz, and yes, just thrilled to be here with all these beautiful women and all the other hundreds of amazing people that are here. I was Ruby last year at this time, and again, watching everybody have a great time. This seems so far off for me. I just could not imagine that this would happen, and it's happening. So, just everything that's been said so far is just totally where I'm at too. The time thing is what really resonates with me. Being a teacher last year and having pretty much a full-time job. So I taught 4 days a week, and if you guys know what teachers do, it's beyond 4 days a week. And that's how I worked my business. I worked it in the nooks and crannies of my day. I didn't make excuses. The people were my excuse to keep going. I just never realized how many people needed these products, and that really fueled me. The messages I would get, the people that were getting on the products I could not stop. I could not make excuses because those people needed to get better. And like, that's what pushed me through, and that's what continues to drive me. And I think a lot of us here, we just know how important it is for people to be healthy. And so not quitting was not an option. Continuing to message people, check in on people, not letting people quit, and then not stopping myself. So working through the adversity, through the time issues, through the just all of that, and the attitude. You have to make sure that your attitude is in line with what you really are doing here. And it really, you guys, it lies with the people and taking care of your people, because these people need to be better, and it's just an amazing thing to see that happen. So, and then, yeah, it's just the sky's the limit. So excited, and we want you guys all here. You can do this. If a PE teacher from a small town can do this, you guys, you can do this.
Yep.
So, all
Okay,
right,
next.
next up.
I guess I'm next. Well, I don't want to sit here
Give me
alone.
some-
Yes, sit by me. I need some support. Hi, you guys. Sue Yacht here, and yeah, this is my second trip, and just so emotional because all these ladies here, and my sister for one is here with me, and it's just I got to take my family, and that was just amazing in itself to be able to take my family with me. But for me, I think my biggest objection that I faced was what people thought of me, and I was so scared of what people were going to think. Oh, another one of those companies, or you know what I mean? It's too bad that people feel that way, but it's a real thing and something we have to face, something we have to work through and get over. And I think that was huge for me. I think as soon as I realized what these products did and what they were about and what they were doing for people, I quickly got over that fear of mine. And you just realize everyone needs these products. What it's done in my life has been just unreal for my health. And so we have something people need. You guys, we have to share. We have to share. And so you just got to work through those fears, get over those fears of posting maybe on Facebook or cold messaging that person who you've been thinking about. Just do it, and go for no, because you're going to hear no. We've all heard no, probably more times than you have. That's why we're here, right? So just go for no. That would be my encouragement for you. 1 out of 10 people are going to say yes, I'll try it, or even respond back to you, because you're going to get ignored too, you know. So that would be my advice, is just go for no. Just encourage you to stick with it and remember what these products can do for people. They're just incredible. So we're having a great time, and definitely want you all with us here next year. We know you can do it.
Yes. Hi, Jamie Haskin here, and I am just so excited to be here. It's my second year, and it just does not get old, and it's just unbelievable. Plexus goes all out, of course, like everyone always says, and it's so surreal to think 2 years ago, a little more, where I came from, where this started. I normally am a very, honestly, kind of a shy person growing up. I came out of my shell in a lot of ways, but if I don't know you, I can be really quiet. Everything about this is completely 100% out of my comfort zone. Just to post on Facebook, to talk to people, to reach out, to make that first move is just, completely was like, no, I'm not, I've never done that before. This is crazy. But what happened was I went in and I was coachable. How I overcame that was I was coachable, and I just did it. It doesn't mean I wasn't scared. It doesn't mean that it got better instantly. It doesn't mean that, I stopped worrying about what people thought right away, or I stopped doing this, but I did it anyway. And I was coachable, and it did get better over time. And God works through that, guys. It's going out of your comfort zone is where you're going to grow, where you're going to learn, where God can bless you, and that applies in all areas of our lives. So this is no exception. And so doing those things, seeking out those things that make you uncomfortable, that you wouldn't normally necessarily want to do, but maybe your leaders, your sponsor is telling you need to do this, you should do this, you're great at this, or, just take that step and do it. And, even if you You might be phenomenal the first time. You might not be phenomenal the first time, but the second time you will be, and you grow and you learn, and it's just an amazing journey, and that's what's going to get you here, is being coachable, is doing, what your leaders kind of help you. They've been there, they've done that, so they're going to help you through that. We want you here, and so that's why we're there for you, and we're telling you tips and advice, and we want you to be there. So we are here, so tell us how we can help you. We're going to tell you how, what we've gone through and what we've done. So, yes.
Next.
Hey, guys. So Rochelle Osborne here, and Brittany's sitting with me because I didn't want to sit by myself either. So this is my first year being here, and oh my gosh, I have wanted to be in Hawaii since forever, and I wanted to go. I wanted to be stationed here when my husband was in the Army, and that never happened. So thankfully, God heard my prayers and blessed me with coming through Plexus. And so, a big thing with me is I have 7 kids, and Fallon, I used to say things much the same as Chris. I would say things like, I don't have time for this, these kinds of things. You think of it as a time issue. And everybody has time. We have time for what we want to have time for. There's sacrifice with everything. You're going to sacrifice things no matter what you do. Whether you're a mom, you're going to sacrifice some sleep. You're going to sacrifice things no matter what you're doing. If you're going to college, you're reading books, writing papers all night long, you're going to sacrifice something somewhere. So some of the things that I've sacrificed is maybe not watching TV as much in the evenings. Not that I have that much time to watch TV with 7 kids anyways, but, so all of these things, you can work them all in. We homeschool. We have 7 kids, and we homeschool. I have a baby that's 5 months old. I've had 2 kids now for over the last couple of years. So anybody can do this. But the biggest thing, too, I think, is consistency. And like Jamie said, just being coachable. Anything that Fallon told me to do, I was doing it. When she told me to not say, you don't have time for this, stop saying that to yourself, that's what I did. When she told me, if you want to be a leader, you need to be on these book clubs, and you need to be in the team calls, that's what I did. And that also went along with the time thing. Just don't tell yourself you don't have time, just do it. And so I'm like, okay, fine, I'm going to do it, because she was successful and she told me to do it, and that's what I did. And so I really encourage you guys to get on the book clubs and the team calls, because that really did make a big difference in my life. The personal growth, huge. And just all of the books, it's going to help you with everything in your life, not just with Plexus. But anybody can do this. So I hit Emerald on July 31st at 9 p.m. at night, right before the cutoff in 3 hours. And it was like, oh my goodness. And so just flying in last night, I'm like, this is so awesome. I cannot believe the breakfast that they had this morning, the hotel that they put us in. I have not even been to the ocean yet, but the food here, just everything. It is unbelievable. It is just, I cannot put it into words what Plexus has done for us. We got some free flip-flops. I don't even know what the names of them were, but they were cool. And I was like, y'all are giving us free flip-flops. We're getting free stuff in our room. I walk in my room, there's a free hat for Matt, a free hat for me, a little radio thing. I mean, they spoil us. And for me to be able to say I'm a jewel now, like, that's just so, I don't know. It's just awesome. I can't say. So anyway, those are my tips. But
Did you say what rank you were?
Oh, last year I was a Ruby.
Yeah, so
Yep.
this time last year.
This time last year I was a Ruby. I was watching everybody over here, and I was like, that's it. I am going to be in Hawaii next year. I was like Maui 2017 on all my little hashtags, and sure enough, it sure did happen. So positive affirmations that Fallon talked about, that's totally need to do it.
Absolutely. Good stuff. So I'm Brittany Howard, and I'm an Emerald Ambassador. This is my second Hawaii trip. Huge, huge blessing for me and my family. And so I just want you guys to take from this call that everybody is going to struggle with something. 80% of this business is in your mind. 20% is know-how and how to follow up, how to recruit, how to be a leader and things like that. But 80% is right here. It's mindset. It's making a decision that I'm doing this. It's getting rid of your excuses and all the things like that, overcoming adversity. Every single person that you see standing here right now has dealt with something, has had to overcome something in order to be here. We've all had to make sacrifices.
We've all had to get out of our comfort zone. We've all had to overcome challenges. We've all had to fail forward, whether it be, not having enough time or being super shy. Tiffany found out her baby had cancer. Guys, it just doesn't get much harder than that. And we all had a bigger why that was bigger than our adversity, it was bigger than our excuses, and it was bigger than the sacrifices that we had to make. Success sometimes looks like it's an easy thing, but success does not come easy. What you don't see is all of the hard work and the sacrifice and the overcoming adversity that went into that and the failing forward. And so I just want to tell you that anybody can do this. 3 or 4 years ago, we didn't look like what you're seeing right now. Nobody would have ever looked at me and said, oh, that's right there, she's going to be a jewel one day. I was a mess. But anybody can do this. It doesn't matter if you're a stay-at-home mom or if you work full-time, what your background is, what your gender is, what your age is. It really doesn't matter. Anybody can do this. You heard the common threads here. You have to be coachable. You have to be willing to work hard, and you have to be willing to overcome some adversity. My adversity that I had to overcome was belief, because I really did not think that I could do this. I definitely could tell you stories for days about my background, but I really could not see myself as a jewel. And I just thought, oh, well, that's just for special people. That's not for people like me who live in a small town and don't know anybody and have tons of kids. But I'm here. My belief did not come easy. It's something I had to work for. Most people don't just wake up one day with an epiphany of, okay, I think I believe in myself now. It's something that you have to be intentional about. So if that is where you are at right now in your business, then make a decision. Do what it takes to get there. Just decide, what do you want your life to look like? All the adversity that we've had to overcome, what you're seeing this week in Hawaii, this is the payoff, right? Yes. This is the end result, and we can tell you 100 times over, it is totally worth it. It is worth it. So we hope to see you guys next year in Hawaii. Anybody can do it. It doesn't matter what rank you are right now. You can fly. It just takes hard work, overcoming adversity, failing forward. Did you want to say anything else, Beth?
Yeah. Well, switch. Well, we have more time, so if anybody has anything else they want to add, if they have anything they want to say with this, but I just wanted to say, I watched for 2 years in this business people going to Hawaii, and I wasn't going. I joined every challenge group saying next year's the year. And you know what? For 2 years, I didn't make it, but guess what? I got closer and closer every year. So after 2 years of growing myself and working my business, I came back as a diamond with 4 people on my team, I think, 4 or 5. And that can be you. If you're struggling, if you've said you were going to be here this year and you didn't make it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You might hit emerald and be here next year and then fly right to diamond. Your pace, whether it's fast or whether it's slow, it doesn't matter. Everyone who doesn't give up will make it here. Yeah. You will. It's a proven fact. It's scientifically proven, and it's never been proven wrong. There's been people in this industry who've been in for a while, and everybody makes it to this place in their business if they stick with it and they work hard and they don't give up. If you give up because it's hard, how easy is it to give up on other things in life? So I just wanted to tell y'all, don't give up. It's so worth it. And I did a video in the team page the other day just talking about how much it is worth it to be here. There's nothing like the feeling of accomplishment. There's nothing like knowing that all these lives have been changed because I shared with Tiffany, with Brittany, with Rochelle, and then Tiffany shared with Jamie. And look at all these women, and we have men too. We got some ambassadors in there. You can probably hear them laughing and enjoying the baby. And we have families here. People are just enjoying this business with their families. It's so flexible, even on a trip like this. It's just how you want to do it all. And I love that. So.
So think big. We just want to tell you, think really, really big. Because, yes, absolutely. It's wide open, guys. We are set for the fastest years of growth in Plexus. It's going to be the next 3 years. We're literally just getting started. We have barely scratched the surface. You really could not be in Plexus at a better time than you are right now. So you need to think really big and do what it takes because you want to be here next year.
Brittany and I joined literally right after the second diamond became the second diamond. Helen McFadden became the second diamond in Plexus, and we joined shortly after that. And she's in our upline. I'm her level 8. But like Brittany said, the time is now. The growth is so fast. It's easier now to hit this level now than it ever will be. So you guys just take the most of this opportunity. The people you see standing here, it's because they saw the opportunity and they ran with it. If you don't sign up your neighbor, somebody else is going to. If you don't sign up your best friend, somebody else is going to. And you want to sign up people you want to do life with, because this is doing life. We got some sisters in there, Jamie and I do, and my sister is planning to be here next year. And the twins right there, Sue and Sal. How much fun is this to do this with your family and your best friends?
Yeah. And to pick the people you want to work with.
And I think it's good to know not to give up on those people either, because Fallon, in my situation, I think it's similar in the other ladies, but it took me 4 months to even try her sample, and then it took me another 5 months to even want to do anything with the business. But, it was about casting that vision and casting the vision and, allowing me to dream and see why. A lot of people don't think they can dream, but you can dream. And this, every woman standing here is proof that, we were anything special than anybody else, except we decided to come out of our comfort zone and really start dreaming and believing in ourselves, like Brittany said.
I mean, speaking of these Michigan jewels up here, are y'all standing together? All 4 of them, they're all within the same area. All the same church. Same church. Yeah, all driving Lexuses. There's there's no excuse. Rochelle has 7 kids. No excuse you have too many kids. Chris Rosenkrantz worked a full-time job. That's no excuse. None of it. We could all have excuses as long as yours are, but we just didn't give up, and we just threw the excuses away and dove right in.
I think another thing, too, that we've all done a lot of is we watch a lot of training videos. So we have, this mental Rolodex of stories from diamonds and jewels who, they were skeptical at first, or they told their sponsor no for a year and they finally decided to try it, or they didn't want the business at first. They only just wanted to get their products paid for. Whatever. You hear these stories and you can relate. Number one, you can see yourself and oh, that sounds like me. If they can do it, I can do it. But also, you can see your prospects. Because when you hear a story from a diamond who says, I told my sponsor flat out no, absolutely never, then it gives you confidence not to give up on people. If you have a dream teamer, just know that the diamonds were somebody else's dream teamer at some point, right? Who said no. And so just don't, like Sue said, you go for those no's. You don't give up on people. Believe in these products. Believe in this business opportunity. Believe in yourself and just think really big, because you can go as far as you want to go.
Not one of my, I'll let you go in a second. Not one of my level 1 workers was an easy go. So I always got stuck at some point in the process with getting the ball rolling, getting them on the products, and getting them working the business. It's not like it just bam happened. We worked for it and watched all the trainings we could, because it inspires you and it motivates you. And if as a diamond I still need to be inspired and motivated and listening to these people share their stories, you guys definitely need to be doing that and invest in yourself.
And I was just going to say, and it really is true what Brittany and then Fallon just said, because I didn't have any big aspirations like, hey, I want to be a diamond. I just wanted to get my products paid for. I think there's a couple of us in here, Chris, who just want to get our products paid for. It wasn't like, hey, let's go be a diamond together, And it's amazing how, our minds, everything. No.
I think it's addicting helping people. Yes. When you see one life change and you see them cry, not that you want to see people cry, but when they're crying, you know the pain they were feeling beforehand. And to have a helping hand in that, there's nothing more fulfilling than that. So, yep. Well, we hope to see you guys here with us next year. Bring your teams with you too. Love it.
Aloha.